Next up on the 2024-2025 CVC Winter Sports Media Day Tour is the Cardinal Huskies boys basketball team. Head coach Kyle Decker there to our left. Coach, welcome. Why don't you just start out? Give us a quick preview. What can we expect out of the Huskies this season?
Thanks for having us. We have 7 returning seniors this year, I think all lettered. We're competing a lot in practice, so I'm really happy with that so far. We had a setback on Wednesday with the loss to Grand Valley, but we're looking forward to bouncing back maybe tomorrow and continuing to compete every night. So that's what I'm looking forward to most, is competing every game. So
got a big senior class, obviously. So what does that do for the rest of the kids? Obviously, they've got a lot of kids that they can look up to and be mentored by. How's that going to help the squad?
For sure. I mean, we're having freshmen go against seniors every day in competitions. I think they do a good job pushing the younger kids. We don't really have any sophomores in the program, so that's still a tough hole for us to fill. But we're competing. The younger guys are seeing how the older guys handle adversity, and we've really been pushing these guys to take a step forward this year.
Now, was that your opener on Wednesday at Grand Valley?
Yes, sir, it was.
Yeah, obviously you want to come away with a win in that, but what positives did you take from that game?
We were locked in defensively. We had a really good first quarter there. We just couldn't buy a bucket. I think it's some first game jitters. We lost a lot with Troy graduating last year, so trying to fill those gaps with multiple guys this year, and trying to figure out our roles. But I think we're getting there. We got to put more points in the basket in games to come.
All right, Coach, I'll come back to you after I talk to the guys. I'll start right to your left. For the folks at home, introduce yourself, name, grade, and position.
Carter Tucker. I'm a senior, and I play the 4 and the 5.
All right, so Carter coming in senior year, obviously big year for you. You're going to graduate soon, but at the same time, every time you step on the court, it gets you closer to the end of your career. How are you kind of managing those emotions?
I just want to stay locked in. I don't want to look ahead any games. I want to stay locked in on the games we're playing. Got to stay locked in on the scouting report, our game plan. I just want to go out there and execute for my guys.
Obviously, Wednesday didn't go the way you had hoped it to, getting the W, but what did you learn about your team there?
We're pretty solid defensively, I will say. We have a lot of guys that can knock down some shots, but we struggled with that on Wednesday. But that should have built a lot of confidence defensively going for the rest of the season, because we were pretty locked in.
Who are some of the young guys that have impressed you with the way they've worked and played so far through one game?
Cannon Strever has impressed me a lot. I would say Joey Comont too. Those are 2 freshmen that have really stepped up. They're going to get a lot of minutes for being freshmen, so we gotta push them in practice. They're not ready yet, so it's fast paced, so we gotta knock them in shape.
For sure. All right. And what are your goals for the year, both individually and for your team?
As a team, I'd like to have a winning record, and I'd like to go farther in the playoffs this year, definitely. We hit a tough team last year at Bristol, and I was upset that I couldn't participate in that one because of my knee. So individually, I would just like to be a defensive leader. I don't really have any specific goals. I'd like to lead the team in steals, definitely. So off to a good start with that. But yeah, I just like to be a defensive leader out there.
All right, sounds good. Well, good luck to you this winter. Let's go to your left. Name, grade, and position.
Cal Manila. I'm a senior, and I play the 1.
Cal, last year you were honorable mention all conference. How satisfied were you with how you played throughout the year?
It could have been better. I mean, not really knocking down as many shots as I'd like to. And I mean, I started to figure out the assist stuff towards the end of the year, getting guys open. But I'd like to push a lot more for a lot of more assists this season.
And then just looking at the first game, what went well and what went wrong for your team?
Just defensive wise, I mean, like Carter said, we had a good defensive game. We just couldn't get buckets, and it'll come with time. I mean, we're starting. I mean, all of our scrimmages have gone well. We just need to kind of push that into going into games too, and not try to score as much individually. Try to get other guys open and get other guys buckets.
You're the point guard. So what's the key to getting the offense flowing?
Passing the ball is really big for us this year. I mean, we don't have a guy that we can go one-on-one and get a bucket every time like we did last year. So we're really going to have to rely on each other to score this season.
And through that first game, did it go the way you'd hoped it did offensively?
No, it didn't. I mean, we were taking some bad shots. We didn't really get as many good looks as we'd like. And that, I mean, it's everybody. It wasn't just one person. It was the whole team. We just weren't relying on each other as much. But hopefully tomorrow things change and we can get it going.
All right. And what are your goals for the year, individually and for the squad?
For the season, I want to finish above 500, and I want to win multiple playoff games this year. And then I want to lead the team in assists. And, I mean, first or second team conference is always a goal there too.
Outstanding. All right. Well, good luck to you this winter. Let's go to your left. Name, grade, and position.
Zachary Caldwell, senior on guard.
All right, Zach, coming in, senior year, obviously it's an exciting time. But when you look at this year's squad, how different is it compared to last year's?
So I transferred from Bristol last year, about towards the end of the season. So it's a big adjustment. But I think that we'll be solid. I think that we're doing a good job building the program, and I think that we'll have a good team.
So you were on the Bristol team that knocked Cardinal out of the playoffs last year.
I transferred like 3 games before that game, so I was.
Oh, okay. I got you. I was going to ask you, how the team how was your reception after that? But yeah, if you were already gone, I guess that doesn't matter. But all right, yeah. What's the big takeaway from game number 1?
I think, like they said, we defensively played very well. We game planned for their 2 best players, and we couldn't get a bucket to fall. Like first quarter, it was 2-2 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and I know I was 0 for 2 for 3 at the first quarter, and I had 3 early fouls. We just couldn't get a call to go our way, which you'll have. But I think that down the road, we'll be able to fine tune everything and get things to go the way we want them to.
I think everyone I talked to so far has said that you guys have shooters, so it's not an issue of not being able to make the shots. How do you fix that when shots aren't falling?
You just keep shooting. You got to find your rhythm, critique your form, your footwork, your release, all of that. Just don't try to force a shot. Take your open shot. Maybe try to drive and get a layup and then go back to shooting. That's something that helps me a lot. Is if I'm not hitting my threes, I'll go and take a mid-range or a layup or something, and then it'll kind of get me back into my routine.
Gotcha. All right. And then who are some of the young guys on the squad that have been impressive through the preseason and through one game?
Like Carter said, Cannon Streaver and Joey Comont, they push me every day in practice. They really step into their role really well, and I think that they're going to help us down the road.
All right. And give me your goals for the year, individually and for your team.
For our team, I want to have a positive record, of course, and I want us to be able to go farther into the tournament. Coming from Bristol, we usually made a run. So, something I'd like to do for my last year. And individually, I'd like to be a first-team CVC and just try to be the best leader that I can be and point my teammates in the right direction and try to help on the scoreboard and defensively as much as I can.
All right. Good luck to you this winter. Let's go to your left. Name, grade, and position.
Dominic Naples, senior, forward.
All right, Dominic, coming in, you're one of the big guys in the paint. How important is it going to be for you and any of the other forwards or centers to perform on a nightly basis?
It's pretty important since we have to rebound the ball, and I feel like rebounding is one of the most important things. So, last game we did rebound very well, considering the size of our team. Like, the tallest kid on our team is probably 6'1" at most, and he probably weighs 150 pounds, not even. So, considering that our size is very small, it's not horrible the way we rebound. So,
being undersized like that, what's going to be the key to fighting for those rebounds?
Crashing the boards. Everybody got to crash the boards. So, and just boxing out in general, just being physically demandable to box out, pretty much.
From your perspective, what's different about this year's team? You lost a great scorer in Troy last year. So how different is this squad?
We actually passed the ball. So we actually moved the ball around. So we'll actually all get the ball and score. so they don't have to focus on one guy. So if they don't have to focus on one guy, it's like pretty hard to stop, in my opinion.
What's going to be the keys to victory for Cardinal this year?
Just passing the ball and moving on offense. I feel like our rebounding and defense is pretty solid. It's probably above average in the conference, so that's pretty much it.
All right, and what are your goals for the year, individually and for the squad?
Probably to lead the team on rebounding, and I really want to dunk in a game. Probably been doing that since I was a freshman, to be honest. So, and for a team goal, probably just win more games than last year, and just probably be above 500. That would be pretty solid, and compete with every team we play with. It's not like last year we were getting blown out a couple of times. So I just want to compete with every team.
Excellent. All right. Good luck to you. Coach, back to you. Dominic just mentioned that just wanting to compete with everybody in the Valley Division. It's a pretty tough division. Crestwood, Kirtland, Berkshire all bring back a ton of guys, so it's going to be competitive again. So how important is it for this squad to show up every night just to compete in that conference schedule?
I mean, it's going to be tough. Last year we did not win a game in the Valley Division, so we're trying to bounce back and maybe steal a couple. Crestwood and Kirtland definitely bring back everybody. Berkshire definitely brings back a couple talented kids, and so does Wycliffe. So, we're going to have to grind it out each and every night, but it starts in practice, and guys have to compete there first. So,
all right. And how are you going to define success for your squad this year?
What we look like in March. We got to play March 1st last year. We'd like to play another week or two this season. So.
Outstanding. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you and the guys taking some time out of the day to preview the season. I wish you the best of luck this winter.
Thanks, Steve. We appreciate you.